put in some memory upgrades and going for video card upgrade here. There's the box. It's a GeForce 4070. An upgrade from where I'm at. I mean, obviously not top of line here, but definitely where I'm heading. Definitely an upgrade. And the Radeon that we're dealing with here, so we'll check that out here in a minute and see what we got going on. But this is the things. We're going to try to put in the memory. Add to the memory. And add to the card. And hope for a little better performance. Alright, here is where we're at on the current machine. Of course, I'm recording this on a cell phone, but I'll give it an idea. It's a Ryzen 9 790 12 core. But we're not changing that, we're actually changing the memory, so we're going to upgrade the memory from 32 to 64. A lot of the things I use are pretty intense on memory, and so that'll hopefully be nice. So the GPU 1 is actually the integrated Radeon graphics that are actually on the GPU, and so use that for sound more than anything else. Not a lot of, you can see not a lot of dedicated memory that they put on that, but they use the shared. So the current graphics card is this AMD Radeon RX 6600. It's been an okay card. I don't do a lot of heavy gaming. I've been doing a lot of video stuff. Is really what I'm after. And I want to do some AI stuff. And the Radeon card's not so great on the AI stuff. They're generally a little bit cheaper, but they do okay on the games. I didn't like I said, I didn't play a lot of games with it. It did have 8 gigs of memory on it, and I would be often topping that out, so I'm hoping to increase that. It gets a little better performance boost from that card. So that's what we're going to be working with, and we'll see how that goes. Now, because we want to start off with a working system before you start working on adding stuff to it. Now, I'm not going to remove any of the drivers. We're going to just take the drivers that are currently on the system, and I'm going to add the new card. Typically what I've seen happen is it just kind of drops this card out and puts the new one in. Now granted, I do have, because of GPU 0 is also a Radeon card, the same drivers that are driving this are also driving this, so I want to keep those in place because this will still remain in the system. So that's where I'm going to be working with, and we'll again go from that point. We'll see where we get. Alright, the system shut down now, so we're going to power things off and get things ready. Yeah, kind of makes you nervous though. You put a lot of money and time and effort into these, and so, but they're kind of risky. Got to try to see if we can get this working and stable. So things we're going to do is going to need to swap out that card, get that memory installed. The first thing we'll do is I'm going to unplug several things. Of course, unplug the card. We'll get it powered. I'll leave the power in, but I'm going to flip off the power back here to the system. We'll just take these out. And some of these cables, they've got little clips on them. You can kind of see that here. Get that clip. So we want to get that off and disconnect this stuff. I think this one may have a clip as well. I'll try to get that. The DisplayPort ones seem to have those. This one just a little bit of a clip or something on the back. So we'll just pull that off the existing card. So now we're clear there. And again, I will come over, get the power cable there. We'll unplug that. Spin it around just to make sure I can get access to it, but I'm definitely in a very cluttered situation, which is going to make it a challenge. I definitely recommend having a little more space to do this operation. I've got working with here an Antec case. It's been a good case for the most part. except for trying to route power. If you saw the first video, it's very challenging to get the power in. 850 power supply, which you can't quite see there, and that's good because I think they recommend at least a 750 watt power supply for this, for the graphics card. We're going to be taking that out. So we'll get this going. I'm going to take off the panel here. Of course, I left all the glass stuff on it, but you know, it keeps the prints away, so that's not bad. And okay, let's give it a shot. We'll come back here once we take that pieces off. Let's go. Alright, so let's see what we're dealing with. We're gonna need both these power cables, the PCI cables, to power this thing. So this one was only taking 8 pins, now I need 16 pins. I'm hoping I can run it off the same rail. I gotta untie some of that. I also see the memory right here and the RAM there. So we've been populating the gray side. Now we'll be adding to the black side. Follow the documentation for the motherboard, and we'll kind of say what to do there. So I'm gonna add that memory first, and then we'll deal with this graphics card. And you can kind of see it's going to be, the new one's going to be lengthier than this one. So if we look at that, this will probably extend a lot further. And the other thing we'll have to really watch for is the card actually is a 3-slot card, which should be good. I mean, there's an open slot there, but I don't actually need that, so hopefully we can just go over to the top of that. Should be good. The other cards we'll just keep into place right where they are, and it should be good there. Okay, the case is back together, and now I'm going to spin it back into place so they can start replugging in everything, all the rest of the components and the displays, to see if it's going to work. At this point I really only need to get the displays back on. Let's see if I can get the flashlight going so we can see that. So I've got to take those caps off. Okay, everything's plugged back in. Same configuration as last other card. You're going to have the HDMI and the 2 display adapters there with one not plugged in. Alright, I'm going to plug in the power, and you always want to watch for that smoke. That's not a good sign. But usually the only time I've seen that is when you try to power up and your power supply doesn't have enough power. That's in a normal condition. Of course, you know, if your power supply is bad or something, then you're going to get bad smoke. So, but we're hoping not. So I'm going to get this going. There's a red light now on the card. So that's normal, and that'll turn off when the system's powered on. Alright, System is turning on. The light did go off. We're seeing some lights on the card. I haven't seen any lights on any of the monitors yet, but this system may take a bit to boot, especially that first time. It usually takes a bit to initialize all the memory and everything, so. But we're definitely got to power. All the lights are flashing on the case. I haven't seen anything on the monitors yet, so it could be dodgy. Alright, let me explain what happened here. But as you can see, I did get the graphics card installed. The memory, the computer is running. However, if you see there in the memory, that was less than successful. It's only showing there. So what happened was, I got the computer wouldn't start. Where I left off, wasn't able to get it to start. But so the first thing I looked at, because I thought it might be the graphics card, so I went to just update the BIOS. Well, I updated the BIOS there, got the latest version. Well, I got an in-between version, because the latest seemed like it was more beta, but so I got one there. I went to update it. It sort of turned on, sort of didn't. It was not very stable, and so then it hung up again. So then I thought the BIOS may have crashed and didn't quite finish installing. Luckily, on the machine, and I'll come back here. Let's get the light on. On this particular motherboard, there's a BIOS button in here where you can put a flash card, and then there's a button here for flashback. So this had BIOS flashback, which allows you to update the BIOS without having, the computer operational. You can do it without everything installed. It'll just kind of run from here, run the flash drive and update it. And that did work. That went through. However, the computer still wouldn't start, or would start very intermittently. Looking at the lights on the motherboard, it showed that basically the RAM was not working. So I took out the RAM chips and things were stable, but I couldn't tell, if it was the RAM that was bad or was it the motherboard, the slots. I'm still not 100% sure. I tried a bunch of different combinations, trying one stick at a time and things. I was reluctant to try taking out the good memory and the good slots. I didn't really want to mess with that, so I left it with the memory out because it was stable at that point. I have since read that, having the 4 slots may be unstable with the DDR5. It definitely is unstable here because I'm not convinced that the memory modules are bad or the slots are bad. The last thing, though, is the video card. So once the video card was in, I took it out and just used the internal because I thought it was bad. But it turned out the video card was good, so getting that installed, that actually was pretty smooth. Computer Windows 11 picked it up, installed the drivers. Although it was going to install the little bit older version, I grabbed the newest version of the drivers and stuff from NVidia, and everything was good. So yeah, so far everything seems a lot more snappy because I think the BIOS has been updated. It was a couple years old. I think that may have helped it, but also just the graphics card. Everything feels noticeably faster, which is great. And I think things are a lot more stable than were before with the old configuration. Feels a little more stable. The computer was really pretty fast before. This wasn't a very slow machine, but obviously it's got a pretty good CPU in there. But this is definitely an upgrade. Definitely it will help. Thanks for joining me on this one. Good luck with your next upgrades.